In today's video, I discuss why you will probably never heal your gut issues without fixing your secretory IgA or your gut immune system. Roll the titles.
For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you.
Hey everyone, it's good to see you again. If we haven't met before, then hi, I'm GojiMan. I'm a qualified nutritionist and soon to be PhD student. I do vegan health and nutrition videos as often as I can, in which I answer your health questions under the hashtag AskGojiMan. So if you have a question for me, then hashtag AskGojiMan in the comments below, or alternatively send your video questions through to contact@gojimannutrition.com. As always, just a quick reminder that I'm now offering the SIBO, organic acid, stool tests and consults via my website. So if you have any health or digestive problems, then consider taking these tests, as they will provide a lot of very detailed information upon which you can start making informed decisions and then start getting your health back on track. And on that bombshell, to the video. So if we start with what secretory IgA is, so your immune system makes both T cells and B cells, and it's these B cells that produce secretory IgA, which is your gut's first line of defense from foreign substances from entering your body. So these foreign substances could be anything from undigested foods and proteins that don't get broken down in the gut properly. It could be pesticides, it could be herbicides, it could be viruses, it could be parasites, molds, or even some other food sensitivity issues. Now, the body has a number of what's called mucosal surfaces, and this includes the eyes, ears, nose, throat, sinuses, urinary tract, and also the gastrointestinal tract. And each and every one of these areas can be an entry point for a vast array of pathogens from entering your body. So essentially, secretory IgA is your body's way of protecting you at each one of these mucosal areas in your body. It's your body's first line of defense, and without your secretory IgA in place, then you would be consistently very ill. Now, most people, when they're trying to address gut problems, will focus solely on putting beneficial bacteria into the gut or killing off infections such as SIBO, parasites or candida. But the reality is that unless you address the secretory IgA or your gut immune system at the same time, then it is very unlikely that you will ever get your health back on track. So when I'm carrying out stool tests on my patients, it's one of the first markers that I look out for. And the reason that I look out for this is as follows. So if somebody's secretory IgA level is low, then we generally know that they have a low immune system function that could be being caused by things like adrenal fatigue, chronic gut infections or diseases, people with IBS, candida, SIBO infections, or for those battling with Crohn's disease, for example. So people with low secretory IgA can often be characterized as drained. Their body stress levels are high and fatigue, and their immune system will be rock bottom. Now, while we know that a low secretory IgA marker indicates these types of issues, it doesn't specifically tell us where these issues are coming from. This is why it's so important to do a snapshot in the body with the comprehensive stool test and organic acids test to see where these issues are coming from. And obviously, if you have lots of gas and bloating, also the SIBO test. So quite simply, the comprehensive stool test will tell you your secretory IgA levels, and the remainder of the comprehensive stool test, organic acids tests and SIBO tests will tell you where your gut immune issues are coming from. Now, like I said at the start of the video, you can't heal the gut until you normalise your secretory IgA levels, and you do this by eradicating the infection or problem that is causing the secretory IgA to be low in the first place. So if you have SIBO, then you have to kill off your gut infection and then boost your gut immune system. So if you only focus on killing off the infection, then you will probably get recurrent SIBO infections. So that is low levels of secretory IgA, but what about those with high levels of secretory IgA? And this is something that I had an issue with when dealing with my own health issues. So as with my own test results, if I see high secretory IgA levels, then I know that there is some sort of activated immune response. So it may be some sort of inflammatory response or acute infection, but again, on its own, high secretory IgA doesn't tell us the root cause. It simply alerts us to a problem with the gut immune system, so you need to delve into this further. So whether your secretory IgA is low or high, this isn't where the investigation stops, it's where it begins. So typically, high levels of secretory IgA can indicate things like infections caused by gram-negative bacteria. So just to simplify that statement, intestinal permeability or leaky gut is often caused by LPS toxins, which is caused by these gram-negative bacteria that just destroy the mucosal layers of the gut lining. High levels of secretory IgA can also be caused by things such as viral infections such as Epstein-Barr, or we normally see high levels of secretory IgA in those with inflammatory bowel diseases such as ulcerative colitis or Crohn's. So let's just say that you get your comprehensive stool test back and you have abnormally high or low secretory IgA markers. Well, what do you then do about it? Well, obviously you will identify what is causing the abnormal secretory results and then deal with that in conjunction with normalising the secretory IgA, and you can do that in the following ways. So first and foremost, you will need to follow an anti-inflammatory diet, and this is where you will work with a practitioner to identify where you have food sensitivities and intolerances such as histamine intolerance or oxalate issues. You would then remove these from your diet, remove any infections, and then boost your gut immune system before reintroducing any foods. So typical foods that you may need to eliminate to help get your secretory IgA back online are things like gluten, soy, nuts, and any processed refined foods or sugars. Now, as I tell all of my patients, we all know that processed refined foods aren't particularly good for us, but one of the biggest issues with them is that they often contain lots of preservatives. And obviously preservatives are added to foods to stop them degrading on a supermarket shelf. So when you put these preservatives into a gut that don't want to be broken down, into a digestive system that has been designed to break down food and compounds, then you are always going to have a conflict of interest, and this can affect the secretory IgA levels. So any processed refined foods or sugars such as crisps, cakes, fizzy drinks have to be eliminated from your diet. It's also really important to provide the gut with key nutrients to help normalise the secretory IgA levels as well as repair the gut lining. So nutrients such as vitamin C, selenium, glutamine and zinc will all be pivotal. Also, if you have gut issues and your secretory IgA levels are off, then I would also recommend taking Saccharomyces boulardii at 1000 milligrams per day, but start off slowly and then dose up gradually. But I need to reiterate this, providing the key nutrients to the body is important to get the secretory normalised, but you have to identify the root cause of the issues or you will never get your gut health under control. And the root cause will obviously vary from person to person. It could be food intolerances or food sensitivities. It could be infections such as parasites or SIBO problems. It could be adrenal problems. It could be stress. It could be nutritional deficiencies, or it could be all of the above. And this is why it's so important to test. There are literally so many variables that are potentially causing your gut problems. And if you are constantly trying to guess where your issues are coming from, then you are likely to be chasing your tail the whole time. So that's the end of today's video. I hope you all enjoyed. And as always, remember to look after your body because it's the only place you have to live. And I'll see you next time.